Welcome to the story of Vampire's Sinister Love. In the heart of New York City, amid the towering skyscrapers and relentless hustle, lived a young woman named Emily. With her striking beauty and enchanting charm, Emily was used to turning heads. But beneath her vibrant exterior was a yearning for something deeper, something more thrilling than the mundane routine of her daily life. One fateful evening, as she strolled through Central Park, Emily felt a presence watching her. She turned to see a tall, mysterious man with piercing blue eyes that seemed to glow in the twilight. His name was Adrian, and from the moment their eyes met, Emily was captivated. There was an air of danger about him, something that both frightened and excited her. Their conversations were magnetic, and Emily found herself drawn to Adrian's enigmatic personality. He was different from anyone she had ever met, and before long, their encounters became frequent. It was on their fourth date that Adrian revealed his true nature. Under the silvery light of a full moon, he confessed that he was a vampire. Instead of recoiling in fear, Emily felt an inexplicable thrill. That night, Adrian leaned in close, his breath cold against her neck. Emily's heart raced as his fangs pierced her skin. The sensation was both painful and intoxicating. She gasped, not from pain, but from a wave of euphoria that washed over her. The world seemed to blur as Adrian drank, and when he finally pulled away, she felt an overwhelming sense of ecstasy and connection. This ritual became a secret part of their relationship. On their dates, Adrian would drink from Emily, and she reveled in the strange pleasure it brought her. The bites, initially infrequent, became a regular part of their rendezvous. Each time, Emily's desire for the sensation grew stronger, her need for Adrian's bite more insatiable. She began to live for these moments, her days a haze of anticipation, and her nights filled with an otherworldly bliss. As the weeks turned into months, Emily's appearance started to change. She grew paler and more fragile, her vitality slowly draining away. But she was blind to the transformation, consumed by her addiction to Adrian's bite. Her friends noticed the change, but Emily dismissed their concerns with a wave of her hand and a distracted smile. Adrian, too, seemed to change. His once gentle demeanor turned possessive, his hunger for Emily's blood growing more intense. He would visit her more frequently, his visits marked by a voracious appetite that left Emily weaker each time. She didn't care. The pain and pleasure were intertwined in a way that she couldn't resist. One evening, Adrian arrived at Emily's apartment with a look of fierce hunger in his eyes. She welcomed him in, her heart fluttering with anticipation. As he leaned in to bite her, Emily felt a familiar rush of ecstasy, but this time it was different. Adrian's hunger was insatiable, his bite deeper and more prolonged than ever before. She felt herself slipping away, her life force ebbing with each draw of his fangs. As consciousness faded, Emily's last thought was a mixture of love and regret. She had given herself completely to Adrian, and in doing so, had lost herself entirely. When she awoke, it was to an empty apartment, her body cold and lifeless. Adrian stood over her, a sense of triumph and sorrow in his eyes. He had consumed her entirely, and with her death, his hunger was sated. For now. But the thirst of a vampire is never truly quenched. He left her apartment, disappearing into the night, his mind already drifting to thoughts of his next victim. New York City continued to pulse with life. Unaware of the dark predator that prowled its streets,
Adrian blended seamlessly into the urban landscape, his eyes searching for another beautiful soul to ensnare. Emily's tragic end became a footnote in the city's endless narrative, a cautionary tale of love and desire that veered into the realms of horror and despair. For more thriller dark tales, like and subscribe. Stay brave, stay curious, and never turn off the lights.